In a city, there's almost always more potential trips than the roads can handle. What is technically called latent demand, trips that people would take if the roads were less congested. And so if a road is congested, the congestion itself becomes self-limiting. It's an equilibrium. And if you expand the roads, then people, the marginal traveler, so somebody that was thinking about taking the trip, and if the street is congested, they say, no, I'm not going to take that trip. I'm not going to drive that trip right now. I'll use a different time, or I'll use a different form of transportation, or I'll go to a different destination. But if you widen the road, you build a big highway, then some of those potential trips start driving on that road. And so experience around the world shows that in an urban area, when a congested road is expanded, within about 2 years, virtually all of the additional capacity is once more filled. And so you have the same level of traffic congestion, but you have bigger volumes. And so let's say there's a highway that feeds into the city. It's a highway that comes from, let's say, a suburb to downtown. And you start off and it's only, let's say, 2 lanes wide. And 2 lanes can accommodate, 2 lanes of a big freeway can accommodate maybe 4,000 vehicle trips an hour. So let's say during the morning rush hour, maybe somewhere, let's say 8,000 cars drive into downtown. Now you widen that to 3 lanes, and now that road can accommodate 6,000 trips per hour. And you've got more cars coming to downtown, and all of those cars get off the freeway, off the highway, and now they're on the surface streets. So you've got more volume of cars going onto the surface streets. And so the downtown becomes even more congested, and it needs even more parking. Where if we take that same money and instead of investing in expanding the highways, instead we build really nice busways or a rail transit system. And so more people can get downtown without needing more cars, everybody's better off. And so, again, I'm not saying that there should be no highways coming into downtown or no roads coming into downtown. But if you are ever facing traffic congestion, it is far better investment to improve your public transit so that people want to use the buses and the trains. And that benefits everybody, including the motorists, because there's less traffic congestion when they do need to drive. So it's a different way. It's the new way to think about urban transportation planning, that everybody's better off if we invest in the space efficient, or you could call resource efficient modes of travel that require less road space and produce less congestion and pollution and accident risk. And keep in mind the downtown, the quality of the downtown all depends on it being safe and quiet and designed for people. And so every time you expand the roads, you're sacrificing the what you could call the urban fabric, the way the city looks. If you go from, say, 2 lanes to 3 lanes, it makes it more difficult to walk across the street. The cars are going faster, and so they're more dangerous. You have less green space. You have less land for trees and for shade. So you can think of it like people going on a diet. We're not saying you can't eat any food, but you should eat the right amount of food. And that's the same with travel in a city, is we're not saying there should be 0 cars everywhere, but we should limit the amount of driving to what the city, the street space, and the urban fabric can accommodate. And in most big cities, that means significantly reducing the amount of car travel compared with what people would take if you kept widening the roads.